The views and opinions expressed on this program are not necessarily those of this station, JVC Broadcasting Management, or its sponsors.
The content heard on the Ask Dr. Tommy O Show is for informational or educational purposes only and does not substitute professional medical advice or consultation with healthcare professionals.
Hi, this is retired Army Captain Dr. Tommy O'Brien. For 25 years, I devoted my practice and military career to not only medically treating my patients, I have educated and guided them to a healthier lifestyle which improves the quality of their lives. Please contact me by visiting drtommyo.com. That's drtommyo.com. As an osteopathic medical physician, I am able to offer more than one would expect from an MD. I apply hands-on manipulation in concert with medical treatments to not only treat the illness, but the effects as well. Additional services I provide include medical weight loss and medical marijuana. Please contact me by visiting drtommyo.com for an immediate appointment. If you don't have medical insurance, or if your medical deductibles have not been reached or are very high, I offer an easily affordable membership program which allows you unlimited visits for a small monthly premium. Please contact me by visiting drtommyo.com. drtommyo.com, or call 631-980-8200. That's 631-980-8200. And let's put you on the track to a better health and better healthcare at an affordable rate. Welcome to the Ask Dr. Tommy O Show. I'm your host, Dr. Thomas O'Brien. The Ask Dr. Tommy O Show can be heard every Wednesday at 4 p.m. on 103.9 LI News Radio. Every week I will discuss health-related issues that pertain to our community. To learn more about my practice, go to drtommyo.com. That's drtommyo.com. drtommyo.com. Or visit me at my office located at 250 Patchogue Yaphank Road, Suite 16, East Patchogue, New York, or give us a call, 631-980-8200. I'd like to wish a Happy New Year's to my listeners, and I'd like to thank the organization for giving me the opportunity to have my own show called the Ask Dr. Tommy O Show. So to my military brothers, I am a Captain O'Brien. I got your 6. To my Masonic brothers, I was raised in ancient and due form, facing east, and the light is bright in the east. And God bless you guys. So what I'd like to do is start off so you can introduce myself to you, and we'll start from the very beginning. I grew up on Long Island in Freeport, a small community in the South Shore. I had dreams like everyone else. My dream was to be a professional baseball player. However, I was just too short. So my baseball career ended right when I graduated high school. Another inspiration, and I aspired, an aspiration, is to become a physician. Because I was an athlete, I was more familiar with chiropractic medicine. So I joined a program at NASA when I enrolled in NASA Community College in the pre-chiropractic program. I really enjoyed the hands-on approach. It just connected with me because it was very similar to my athletic background. When I was getting ready to graduate from NASA, I realized that chiropractic the scope of practice was very narrow. And that's when I discovered osteopathic medicine. At the time, I had only had an AS in biology. In order to enter medical school, you have to have a 4-year degree. You have to take MCATs, and then you apply. At that time, I transferred to New York Tech. I am a graduate of New York Tech. I have 2 degrees there. I graduated with my bachelor's in bio. I did not have enough time because I had to really cram a lot of credits in 1 year. So I did not have enough time to study for my MCAT. So what I did was I went on to get my master's degree at New York Tech in clinical nutrition. And as a child growing up at NASA, because my father was assistant president of NASA, my grandma was vice president of NASA. So I was surrounded by mentors. And they kept telling me, when you grow up, you have to think about nutrition. And so I did not want to get another degree in biology. So when I applied to New York Tech's master's program, I joined and decided to enter in the clinical nutrition program. And that felt really, really good to me because being surrounded by positive people that kept encouraging nutrition because it's the future. I graduated with a master's in nutrition, then I applied to medical school, and this particular field of medicine was osteopathic. What I was looking for was a holistic approach, and I found the school, and the school was out in Des Moines, Iowa. It's the second oldest school. It has a very holistic approach. It's called at that time, it was called the Harvard of the Osteopathic School. It was very difficult to get in, and it was even more difficult to maintain your academic status. The attrition rate for my school was 25% every year. So that means 25% of your class failed out. When I graduated, I decided to enter a residency in family medicine. When I was living in Iowa, I was there for 3 years, I realized how much of a difference I could make as a family practitioner. I can practice the full scope of medicine. So when I returned to New York, I applied to St. Barnabas up in the Bronx to the family practice residency program, and I was accepted. In the family practice program, you rotate through every discipline. And that gave me a holistic approach of treating patients, the full spectrum, the full scope. And that's a question people ask. They said, oh, you're a general practitioner. No, I'm not. I specialize in family medicine. I treat hypertension, diabetes, asthma, high cholesterol. I suture. So if you have a cut, I can suture. I can do minor surgery. I'm not a surgeon because I did not do a surgical residency. However, I am a surgeon and I can do minor surgery, or I can be a first or second assist in surgical procedures. So when I graduated, I decided to open my own practice. I practiced in the South Bronx for 16 years, and I really got experience of this one of the sickest communities in all 5 boroughs in New York City, and as well as the country. The Bronx is known for the unhealthiest borough. It's the leader for HIV, asthma, diabetes, as well as childhood obesity. So I was surrounded by these individuals, and I treated them. I cared for them. Each patient I treated as if they were my family, and that's what a family practitioner is all about. After my tenure in the South Bronx, I decided to open up a practice in Manhattan. I was there. That was one of my dreams, so I was fortunate enough to buy an office, and I opened up my first practice. I opened up a medical membership practice as well as medical marijuana, which I'll explain in the second half of the show. But my medical membership medical membership program, where this offers opportunities for individuals who cannot afford insurance, the opportunity to have top-notch medical care without paying an expensive premium. It's very affordable, very accessible. Something that you must understand about, practice today is you're dealing, especially my practice, you're dealing with the owner who is a physician. A question when an individual comes into the office, they want to know, are you a physician or physician assistant or nurse practitioner? No, I am a physician. I went to medical school. I did a residency in family medicine. So you're dealing with the owner. I'm not an employed physician that can become disgruntled and then he leave, and that's a complaint. Oh, I just developed a relationship with this physician and now they left. Well, you won't have that. I am the owner. So after practicing in the city for 10 years, I decided to move back to Long Island, and I opened up a practice in East Patchwork, and I'm offering the same services there. The services I offer is medical membership, which is a family practice, the full scope of practice. I will be seeing patients 18 and older, hypertension, diabetes. I also offer, as an added benefit, because I am an osteopath, manipulation. So if you're used to going to a chiropractor, you can come to me because I manipulate. So you can see me as for your primary care needs, as well as I can manipulate if you have neck or lower back pain. I also offer medical weight loss and medical marijuana, which we will address in the second half. So if you're looking for a physician, I'd love to care for you. My patients are my family. My practice will be limited, the number of patients. So in a typical practice, traditional practice, the physician will have to care for 3,500 patients. For me, it's going to be between 300 and 300 patients. So when you need me, you have me. That's what you're paying for, that quality care. Same day or the following day office visits. In a traditional practice, the average wait time is 6 weeks. Not from my practice. My patients will get to see me. You're going to have 24-hour access to me. The wait time is going to be minimal. So if you have any issues and you need a physician and want to develop a true relationship with your physician, come to me. I'm here for you. I serve the community. I served the community as a captain in the military. I'm serving the community as a physician. So, to learn more about my practice, go to drtommyo.com. That's drtommyo.com, drtommyo.com, or call 631-980-8200, 631-980-8200. Welcome back to the Ask Dr. Tommy O Show. The Ask Dr. Tommy O Show can be heard every Wednesday at 4 p.m. on 103.9 LA News Radio. Every week I will discuss health-related issues that pertain to our community needs. In up-and-coming shows, I will bring on guests so we can discuss issues from specialists, again, that relate to our community. We need to become educated. We are a community. How do we help each other? Through education. Without education, we always say knowledge is power. So let's educate the community. Let's help each other out. Knowledge is power. So let's continue. I was talking about medical marijuana. So one of the services I offer is medical marijuana. I am the pioneer in New York State. 7 years, about 7.5, 8 years ago, I was one of the first physicians to get certified in New York State. I am the first in New York City to open up a practice to offer the services of medical marijuana, where I treat patients that have qualifying conditions. Growing up as an athlete, I'm lifetime drug free. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't gamble. I have a boring life. Actually, I enjoy life. I have fun. I like to work out, exercise. If anyone knows me, I'm in the gym. There's no 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock after hours. I'm in the gym lifting weights. That's just my passion. So I wasn't sure about this, and so I started doing a lot of reading, and especially material from Tel Aviv and Toronto, as well as California, and I realized, wow, I can make a difference in the community, and that kind of like recharged my batteries. When you're practicing primary care 2.5 decades, almost 2.5 decades, you kind of, this is starting to get boring. I'm not challenged. I'm an athlete. I need the challenge. I need to feel pressure where there's challenge there, and so I can make a difference. Take on something very difficult and break it down so I can educate the patient of what their condition is. And because before you're a physician, you're a detective. You must detect what the issue is and then find a solution, then implement it. And that's what medicine is. So after doing a lot of reading of articles coming out of California and overseas, I said, I can make a difference. And that's when I got certified. So now I open up my door. I'm the first in New York City, and the phone was ringing off the hook. I just couldn't keep up with it. I was getting 40, 50 calls a day. And I still wasn't sure, did I make the right decision? And after a month, when my patients were coming back for follow-ups, the compliments, the differences that they felt in their life, and I said, yes, I made a difference, and I made the right decision. These patients are doing well. I'll give you an example. My patients are not drug seekers, so let's just clear this. My patients are not drug seekers. Patients have medical conditions. Some like chronic pain or neuropathy, and so now they are on narcotics, which are very toxic, and they change the brain chemistry. And we know there's a problem in our community, epidemic with narcotic abuse. So they come to me, and I'm able to get them off narcotics. And they feel better, and their relationships improve with their significant other. The pain is reduced. The good thing about the medical cannabis, medical marijuana, I'm giving you the necessary tools to manage your care. I am not telling you when to take this. Now, if you're taking, like in traditional medicine, if you're taking like narcotics, every 4 to 6 hours you have to take this medication. That's not how we use medical cannabis, medical marijuana. It's as needed. You decide when you need it. If you're not in pain, you don't need it because your receptors are not craving the opioid, because it's opioid receptors. So you have the physiological and the psychological addiction or need for this medication. We don't have that. We don't experience that with the medical cannabis. So it's as needed. So my patients are doing very well. I'm starting my 7th year now. I certified over 1,300 patients, and the patients are very happy. 2.5 years ago, I wrote my first book on medical marijuana, real life success stories, and I have case presentations. Of course, my patients are protected. We have to maintain HIPAA, but I have written permission to discuss their life story and their condition, and then how I treated them, and then the results of their treatments. Very, very good. Very happy. I was, Amazon certified #1 bestseller. So if you're interested in learning more about medical marijuana, you can go on Amazon.com. If you put in my name, Dr. Thomas O'Brien, and medical marijuana, my book will come up, and then you can purchase it. You can purchase actually the book itself, or you can download a e-book, electronic book, and it could be on your Kindle or whatever reader you use, electronic reader. So that's one service I offer. The second service will go back to manipulation, osteopathic manipulation. That was founded by Dr. A.T. Still. He's our founding father. After serving in the Civil War as a surgeon, he felt that there had to be a better way how to treat patients. So went into a lab with the anatomy lab and started working on the cadavers, and noticed that if you manipulate bones and put them back into place, we're able to, help out with pathologies. Came up with a whole new pathology, a new philosophy, and that was the artery reigns supreme, and structure is function. And there's more pillars within the osteopathic principles, but those are the two primary that I like to focus on. So if we have better blood flow going to the organs are going to be healthier, and that's one of the principles. Structure is function. Just like in physics, if you want to build a tall building, you must have a strong, wide foundation. Well, the same thing in the body. It's called physics, the spinal physics. So you must maintain that spine, the health of the spine. The same thing, it's called the muscle-skeletal system. It all works together. If we have a malaligned structure, the skeleton, we have dysfunction. Structure is function. If we have a structure that is not solid, we're going to have dysfunction. And that's the basis behind the philosophies. I love to manipulate. I manipulate every single day. A chiropractor will call it adjusting. A little history there. The founding father of chiropractic was a student of A.T. Still and decided to go out on his own, and he called it chiropractic. Very similar in principle, slight differences there. But if you're a patient of a chiropractor, you have an idea of what manipulation is. Our techniques is slightly different. They're not as we do have the thrusting techniques, but it's slightly different. I always say it's like in the fruit family, one's apples and oranges, very similar. The goal is the same, to make a difference, make you feel better, have increased range of motion, decrease pain. I have patients that come in and they've been to a chiropractor, and I manipulate them, and there is a difference, and they noticed the difference, and like, wow, this wasn't the force wasn't as great, and they didn't feel pain, because they said sometimes when I go, I come out in more pain than when I went in. I said, no, not with me. We have a lot of different techniques. We have soft techniques, direct, indirect. We have the thrusting techniques, muscle energy techniques, deep tissue massage techniques, various techniques. And how do I choose these techniques? The techniques are based on the needs of the individual. Well, we're getting ready to wrap up today's show. I want to thank everyone for listening. I had a wonderful time, and this is the first show. So I got to work out these little nervous issues, little nervous I know, it's funny. Work them all out. Work these little nervous kinks out. But this is what the learning curve is all about. You can tell I'm no different than you. Yes, I'm a physician, but I am just like you. I grew up in Freeport, Long Island. I'm from Strong Island, Long Island, New York. I want to thank everyone for listening, taking time out in their busy schedule to give me this opportunity to educate you. Remember, in the future, we'll be bringing on guests to educate the community on other medical conditions. I will be introducing other topics as well. So to learn more about my practice, go to drtomio.com. That's drtommo.com. You can give me a call, 631-980-8200. That's 631-980-8200. Thank you. God bless.
The content heard on the Ask Dr. Tommy O Show is for informational or educational purposes only and does not substitute professional medical advice or consultation with healthcare professionals.
The views and opinions expressed on this program are not necessarily those of this station, JVC Broadcasting Management, or its sponsors.